Hello, everyone. This is Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast. And this is my review. Legendary Assassin, Hong Kong action flick from 2008 that stars Wu Jing. He also directed the movie and would go on to direct a few more, which include the Wolf Warrior movies. Now, the following plot synopsis was quoted and paraphrased from the Love HK Film website, and all of the reviews are still up. It's not as active anymore, but it's a good website if you want references and reviews for Hong Kong cinema. So Wu Jing stars as Bo, an assassin who uses his martial arts skills to exact justice from those who deserve it, or something like that. Bo is nominally a bad guy because he kills people for a living, but thanks to Wu Jing's righteous presence and the camera's glowing gaze, he comes off as a too cool for school warrior with a heart of gold. Taking place on an unnamed rural Hong Kong island, the action kicks off with Bo taking out tattooed crime boss Chairman Ma in an athletic, relatively easy fashion. His next step is getting off the island, but a typhoon cuts off all transport to the mainland. Luckily, he befriends a cute policewoman played by Selena Jade, but Chairman Ma's followers are looking for the guy who offed their boss. And when dawn breaks, the cops start a manhunt for the hitman as well. So, Legendary Assassin starts off fairly well on the action front. Wu Jing, I think, does a nice job in front of and behind the camera here. The opening fight has some nice moves. It involves some like counterattacks and strategies when you're faced with an enemy who is armed with a long spear. Although a few of Wu's jumps are a bit unrealistic. And that's basically a good summary of the fighting in this movie. It's a mix of like grounded realistic strikes and some unrealistic wire assisted jumping maneuvers. There's also a significant focus on defensive fighting that most normal everyday people could do with a bit of practice. They even have a dedicated scene where a few of these self defense moves are taught. And I really like that aspect of it. You know what I mean? One of my favorite scenes takes place in an outdoor eatery, and Wu fights against a few huge dudes, as well as Ken Lo. In fact, one of the big guys like has our protagonist down on the ground, and this dude is huge. But Wu breaks out kind of a simple but effective defensive tactic to kind of recover and get the dude off of him. So there's that aspect of this movie. I think was like one of the more interesting elements of the action design. Was kind of like the grounded self-defense style kind of tactics. A few other scuffles are peppered in here and there, and then we finish with a one versus many battle that's kind of cliche and less impressive than some of the fights that came before it in the movie. It's one of those everyone dressed in black fighting in pouring rain. It actually reminded me of the ending of Matrix Revolutions. I wonder if that was an inspiration for it. Not nearly as cartoonish though, right? But I do wish they would have done something a little bit different with the finale. Like maybe an infiltration into the mansion with Wu, taking out some guys in different rooms and stuff. But as is, the finale is good enough. It's decent enough. So overall, I do like the fighting in Legendary Assassin. I think it's good enough to for reviewing. As an added bonus, we get a good supporting cast. Selena Jade, I like her as an actress. She has some charisma. Ronald Cheng, Ken Lo, as I mentioned, Lam Suet, and Kara Hui make appearances in this. None of them have huge roles, but it's nice to see them as they hop in and out of the movie. Story is very basic, formulaic stuff. It's not really gonna make a huge dramatic impact on you. Pacing is a little bit slow during like the middle 20 minutes after that fight in the open restaurant. But total runtime is only 1 hour and like 29 minutes, so not a problem really. Pacing's pretty good. I think really that's all there is to say about this. I recommend Legendary Assassin. If you're a big Wu Jing fan and this one kind of slipped under your radar, I'd say check it out. It's a pretty good flick. Now this was in the era of Wu Jing where he was trying to like take that next level into superstardom after he was in Killzone SPL. And the box office for some of his movies during the late 2000s was a little iffy. It wasn't really all that great. And I think his management or him made some odd career choices for a period of time during the late 2000s, early 2010s. But then he then he hit big, in the mid 2010s and became the big international superstar, really, right? So yeah, but again, this one might have slipped under your radar. But if it did, check it out. It's available streaming on YouTube, so it's very easy to find. And let me know what you think about this one. I think it's moderately entertaining stuff. And as always, I'll see you next time.